Stimulus checks potentially going out. And the question is, are you on that list? Well, the IRS announces special payments going out to 1 million taxpayers who did not claim 2021 recovery rebate credit and encourages non-filers about approaching deadline to claim credit. So what is that deadline, and do you qualify? Now, I know they said that it was going out this month, but this particular article was released in December. So there are some people who may not have received it, may have received it. You let me know if you've received it or if you think you may qualify based on what I read. So that being said, let's dive straight in. As part of continuing efforts to help taxpayers, the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, today announced plans to issue automatic payments later this month to eligible people who did not claim the recovery rebate credit on their 2021 tax returns. The IRS announced the special step after reviewing internal data showing many eligible taxpayers who filed a return but did not claim the credit. The recovery rebate credit is a refundable credit for individuals who did not receive one or more economic impact payments, also known as stimulus payments. So some people didn't receive it. Some people didn't claim that credit on the 2021 tax returns. So those are the people who are likely eligible. No action is needed for eligible taxpayers to receive these payments, which will go out automatically in December and should arrive in most cases by late January 2025. Well, it talks about it right now. We're mid-February, gearing towards the end of February. And, certain people are still on the lookout or receiving those checks likely. And I want to know if you're one of those. Have you received it? Are you expecting to receive it? Do you know if you filed that rebate in 2021? Do you have to go dig up your records to find out and see if you did? Did you receive previous stimulus or did you not? So I'm interested to know where you fall into that conversation. But they say no action is needed for eligible taxpayers, basically. So the payments will be automatically direct deposited or sent by paper check. Eligible taxpayers will also receive a separate letter notifying them of the payment. The IRS continues to work hard to make improvements and help taxpayers, said IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel. These payments are an example of our commitment to go the extra mile for taxpayers. Looking at our internal data, we realized that 1 million taxpayers overlooked claiming this complex credit when they were actually eligible. Now, it sounds like they're doing you a favor, but if you stick around to the end, I tell you what the true favor lies, or where the true favor lies if you receive this check. To minimize headaches and get this money to eligible taxpayers, we're making these payments automatic, meaning these people will not be required to go through the extensive process of filing an amended return to receive it. These payments vary depending on several factors, but the maximum payment is $1,400 per individual. The estimated amount of payments going out will be about $2.4 billion. Now, I saw an updated article that said they agreed on $600 per individual. So let me know, if you received it, what was your measurement or what was your amount per individual in your household. The IRS also reminded taxpayers who haven't filed 2021 tax returns they might be eligible as well, but they face an April 15, 2025 deadline to file their returns to claim the credit and any other refund they might be owed. So basically they encourage you, hey, if you haven't filed your 2021 taxes, do so because you might be eligible. So they're trying to encourage or nudge you to file taxes if you did not file in 2021 due to the fact that you could be eligible. Most eligible taxpayers already claimed the credit, though. Most taxpayers eligible for the EIPs have already received the EIP or recovery rebate credit. These December payments for 2021 recovery rebate credit are only going to taxpayers where IRS data demonstrates the taxpayer qualifies for the credit. Qualified taxpayers are those who filed a 2021 tax return, but where the data field for recovery rebate credit was left blank or was filed out as $0 when the taxpayer was actually eligible for the credit. So either they didn't claim it or their tax preparer didn't claim it, or was $0 in that spot when you were actually eligible. So that could be you or someone you know. So share this video with somebody who you feel may benefit. How automatic payments work. Taxpayers who qualify but did not claim any portion of the credit on their tax return in 2021 should receive these payments by late January 2025. The payment will be sent to the bank account listed on the taxpayer's 2023 tax return or to the address of record. So hopefully you still got that same bank account with no hiccups, so that way you're not, missing out if you do truthfully qualify for this particular stimulus. An IRS letter will be sent to the taxpayer receiving the 2021 recovery rebate payments. If the taxpayer closed their bank account since filing their 2023 tax return, taxpayers do not need to take any action. The bank will return the payment to the IRS, and the refund will be reissued to the address of record. For questions regarding eligibility and how the payment was calculated, see 2021 recovery rebate credit questions and answers. So that's something you can search and find out. Or if you'd like me to do a video, comment below and I'll do that. Taxpayers who didn't file a 2021 tax return may be eligible to claim the credit if they file a return. So the IRS reminds taxpayers who have not yet filed in 2020 tax returns that they may be eligible for the refund if they file and claim the recovery rebate credit by April 15, 2025, and eligible taxpayers who did not must file a tax return to claim a recovery rebate credit, even if their income from a job, business, or other source was minimal or non-existent. So they're saying file in general. So that's that about the recovery rebate. Here's some additional information about automatic payments filing the 2021 tax return. So to calculate the amount of recovery rebate, taxpayers may access their IRS online account to determine the amount they receive in the economic impact payment. So you can log in instead of your account and you can look back and see what those payments consisted of if you received them. And, there are some clickable links here as well. But any recovery rebate credit received does not count as income when determining eligibility for federal benefits such as SSI, the SNAP program, and the TANF program, and the Special Supplement Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, WIC, basically. So the rebates does not count as income when determining eligibility for these particular programs. As the 2025 tax filing season approaches, the IRS is committed to helping taxpayers understand and claim the credits of deductions for which they are eligible, including the seed virus tax relief. Many taxpayers are unaware of tax credits and deductions for which they are eligible or face other barriers keeping them from claiming them. The IRS will be reminding taxpayers about these credits, including the earned income tax credit during the 2025 tax season. Now, what I said is the biggest favor basically is if you receive this lump sum or this payment, is for you to be strategic with it. Now, I understand you may do some things with it that might not give you a return on your investment, but if you can be strategic with a percentage of it, meaning that you take some of that money and put it somewhere that can be an investment, that could be saving you money on interest, that could be a down payment towards something, that could be a portion of you purchasing a property or land or investments, even crypto. If you do your homework, then that would be better. That way it's not a total loss, because you'll be able to look up in the future and say, well, a portion of that money went here and I still have access to that thing that I was able to invest in or able to put a down payment on. That would be the true favor. The true favor is what you do for yourself, not what someone else does for you. Because it's a matter of what you do with the money, not just getting the money. Because what they're expecting is when they give a stimulus, they're expecting you to stimulate the economy. Well, how do you go about stimulating the economy? By going and spending your money. And most people are going to spend their money in areas that do not bring them a return on their investment. If you notice, during the time when stimulus checks were going out, one of the top companies and one of the people that became the richest was a person who owned a fashion brand, because a lot of money was going in and people felt like they had to have the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci and all of those things. You stimulated the economy, but you misdirected your funds and made someone else's family wealthier than yours. So I don't want you to fall into that same trap if you are somebody who will get this stimulus payment. So do your homework, find out if you may qualify, and let me know in the comments if you've already received it, if you're anticipating receiving it, and if this video has served you, or send this to somebody else who you feel may benefit. Mr. Smith, signing out.